Police made it clear today officers will not stop and detain residents only to determine their residency status. It's an attempt to avoid what they call a misunderstanding in light of Trump administration policies on immigration and deportation. KTV's Connor Trett is with Live Link 4 outside Sioux City Police headquarters with more on a statement shared by police just this afternoon. Connor, what can you tell us?
Well, Jess, the Sioux City Police Department released a statement this afternoon saying that they're aware of the current statements from the federal government on immigration enforcement and deportation. The statement makes it clear that even though Sioux City is not a sanctuary city, as a matter of policy, local officers don't inquire about immigration status when dealing with residents. To do so the statement says, could, quote, convince crime victims and witnesses to remain silent or not cooperate with law enforcement officers out of fear. Police says their primary responsibility is to, quote, will always be to enforce Iowa state law and local ordinances. The statement continues saying, quote, officers are not trained to enforce federal laws, nor is it our responsibility to do so. Sioux City police officers will not stop and detain residents only to determine their residency status. Sioux City PD says that they will continue to target individuals who present a threat to any member of the community, and when appropriate, they will work with federal authorities according to federal law. Jess, back to you.
All right, Connor Trett live tonight in downtown Sioux City. Connor, thank you for that update.